As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening, but all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
We got this.
Set. 180. Gun.
Show it up.
8. 20. Now get it. That's fast. What is it?
On 1st and 10, Newton. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Check. Switch.
Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
20.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On 2nd and 11 now. Newton. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed.
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Nelson Aguilar, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Check. 59.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Check. Watch 54. Check. Hey, watch check. Go. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Here's Jackson to throw. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on 3rd. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. And nothing but daylight ahead. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. There's an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness to it? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6. Now it's Jackson. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equanimeous St. Brown. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
A gain of 16 yards. And the Seahawks first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
And we're going 37. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
From the gun, Jackson. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Watch the slants. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Mike spot 4.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Ready? 10, touchdown. 54 Mike. Let's go, D. Let's go. It's going to be a long day. Mike 54. Mike 54. Got one. I got one. Go, go, go.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Seahawks, nothing.
He'll pitch it back. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here we go. It's 3. 54.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now a handoff looking right. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Check out.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Right there. 54 Mike. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Joker.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Check. Watch 54. Here we go. Hey, watch that. Check, Mike.
Jackson now. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Strip that ball. Strip that ball. Mike, 54. Mike, 54. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Flush to his right. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Snags it for the pick. Then the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. 8. Check 37. Express.
They'll run on first down. Jeter, and able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
That's it. Look at it. 8. Gun. Here we go.
On second down, Jeter. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Great.
On first down, Newton being chased out left. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
We got 4.
Check. Great. Express.
2nd and 10, Newton again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller, and the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Mike 5-4.
Don't let him breathe.
To throw is Jackson. Going to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Jackson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Yeah, let's get 20. Check. Crunch.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
57, Mike 57. Switch.
From the 17, Newton stepping up. He's going to keep it. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. First down, here's the run with Cook. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down now, Jeter. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
20.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson now. From the gun, he'll throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
At the 46-yard line.
Alert 3.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On 1st down, Presley. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup.
some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Now they try the right side here. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
Let's go. Let's do it.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
They'll run on first down. Jeter, he finds an opening past the 40. And some space here. Cut back to the left. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 74 yards.
Tighten up.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown. We saw the payoff. But, of course, that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And he'll give it here to his running back. It appears he'll be a few inches short, so 9 yards on the gain officially, and it'll be 3rd down.
And while the guys with the ball are having a whole lot of fun keeping it on the ground, the guys on the opposite side, they are having zero fun. They've been getting pushed around the entire game and haven't found an answer yet to slow down the running game.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Check 50.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Now a handoff here to his running back. Call it a gain of a couple there as it'll leave him with a 2nd and just 3. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10.
You gonna see me in your next box. Check that.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still,
No yards.
Okay.
Stop your whining.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option.
A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he'll give it here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. From 13 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score. So they get the score, partner. Game's not over, but they still need some help here.
Agreed, they definitely need some help, but they took care of the first part by scoring themselves.
The extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Going deep for Diggs. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. They frustrated these receivers tonight, really held down the passing game, but there got the penalty.
Fine line between aggressive, good coverage, and interference, and they crossed it on that play.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
On the Seahawks 17-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Now a run with Cook. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run for it with Cook. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Josh Adams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this, saying, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a first and 10 as they search for a late score. A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it second and 5. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now a handoff looking right. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Well, as far as plays go, there's nothing to write home about on that one, because that one gets some negative yardage. But if you do want to find a positive, he found a way to get out of bounds and stop the clock.
So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Here's Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 23.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Newton's going to throw it. And Diggs has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Kendall Fuller in on the stop. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25.